Hello my crafty friends, welcome back to my channel for another process video. Today I'm going to be working in my son's album and I'm going to work with this sketch right here that I posted in my Scrap with Your Stash Facebook group as a challenge. And the challenge was you could either use a sketch or not, but you did have to use brad, stickers, and ink of some sort. So it could be ink from a bottle, it could be ink from an ink pad, watercolor palette, anything that basically can form ink. And so that is what the challenge is going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and use the sketch. I love sketches. I already feel that sometimes it can be time consuming picking out products. And so something just to kind of take something off my plate that makes it a little smoother. To me is when I use a sketch, and so that's just something that I just don't have to use. Now the one thing I love about sketches is I will look at it and then that's it. So I looked at it for a good 20-30 seconds and all I could remember is that there was a grid type of in the middle of a page and there was stuff on the side on both of them. And so that's what that's what I remembered, and that's what I'm gonna kind of do and then kind of go off in my own direction. So here is my collage of photos, and I have to say I am really enjoying working with multiple photos on a layout. I used to scrap just one photo at a time, but I'm really trying to add as many pictures as I can onto a 12 by 12 layout, just so that way it kind of scraps the one story into one layout or even put it in a pocket page. All right, so the products that I'm going to be using, I will list anything that I use that I can find, but I do use pretty old collections. I don't really buy collections anymore, being that I have like a whole room full and I really want to kind of get them used up and kind of make some space in my scrapbooking room so it doesn't feel so confined. So the collection I'm using is by My Mind's Eye. I used it on my last layout for my son's 12 by 12 spread, and it is the Boy Crazy collection. So I'm going to use that pattern paper. It has all the colors and that way it helps kind of bring in, when I find a paper that has the most colors is what I'm trying to say in that collection, then it helps me kind of find new products that I might not have, such as embellishments for a collection. So in this collection, I don't have any die cuts. I think I just only have the sticker sheet and brads. And so if you look on to the right, you'll see that I have brads on the right and some stickers, and that's pretty much it. But I do go in and kind of find some other stickers that would work with this collection as well. All right, so I felt like the white or that pattern paper just kind of got lost on that white cardstock. So I really wanted it to mount on a colored cardstock. So I couldn't decide on which one, and I ended up going with this almost like a coffee brown, I would say. And I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then now I'm going to start adding my brads. Now because there's quite a few layers, had I thought about it a little bit more, I wish I wouldn't have actually glued down the cardstock. And the reason being is because I could have put the brads through, and then because of the wings of the back of the brad, I then could have glued down the cardstock, and it just would have kind of added a little padding so that way on the layout behind it, it doesn't cause any indentation to any of the photos. But I didn't, and that's okay. I'm just going to roll with it and keep on going. Now, I actually put the pictures in a specific order, and here's why. So on the bottom, you just saw me put down that circle brad, and that is because there was a teacher sitting in front of them, observing them playing at his preschool, and her foot was in the way. So there was a picture of her Birkenstocks with her socks, and it just kind of interfered with the picture. So that was the easy way to cover up, was taking that circle brad and covering that up. Now in the top picture where I added the playtime, there was a teacher observing the kids, watching them play on the playground during break. And so I kind of covered her up and used another brad that said playtime. So that was like the perfect one. Now, I do have two photo corner stickers that was on that sticker sheet, and I wanted to, because the two corners were already covered, and they only gave me two corner stickers, like photo corner stickers, and not 4, that was a perfect way to use them up. So I just wanted to use them up, add little layers, and that kind of helped guide me for my ink color splatters. So I grabbed the one by Huddy Swap Shine called Butter, and then, excuse me, I went into my collection just trying to find some more embellishments because, like I said, I don't really have a whole lot with this collection. I don't even know if they made an ephemera pack for this one, but I don't have it. So I found this one by Crate Paper, and I don't remember what it's called. And I don't even know if I even showed it the 6x6 paper pad, but I'm going to use this one, and there was a cut apart sheet which was perfect. Now the one thing I like to do is add, when I tear off the page, it has that little perforated part on the top. I actually like that. Some people don't, but I like that just because it does add a little bit of interest and a little bit of texture to it. Next, I'm trying to find just some more little squares that I could add to this one. I thought about using this dinosaur one right here because the boys are putting together a dinosaur puzzle, and I decided not to. I ended up keeping the train. The dinosaur just ends up not working out, but that train one was perfect for my son actually playing a train with the little Thomas train, because that actually was one of his favorite things, was Thomas the train. So I'm just looking at different patterns of paper to see if there's anything that I could tuck in. Again, just adding more ephemera, and there isn't. So I try to add like a little strip of paper that had a dinosaur on it, and I'm just going to go ahead and call that all done on that side. I did add the one where it says ready, set, go. I thought that was perfect, and then I found this, I think it was by Imagine This. I can't think of the company's name, but there was this little 3D sticker as a little journaling spot, and I'm going to go ahead, I already wrote down my journaling on there, and I'm just going to go ahead and add that on. And then I'm going to add another little phrase that says something about a boy always has dirt on him, and that like fit my son perfectly because he loved to play. And then I think I'm going to add that also that eyelet as well. But before I do that, I just want to add a little 3D sticker on that one side of the phrase that says something about a boy in dirt. And that is because it is kind of high up on one side with all the layers, and so I just kind of wanted to make it even. Now I went back into my stash, and this is by Freckled Fawn. There are these epoxy stickers that I've had forever, and I am almost down to nothing. So I thought, where can I place these? And I ended up adding 2 of those epoxy stickers onto my layout. So felt like a win for me because I am now down to just those 2. That is a question mark and an ampersand, which is fine. I mean, I can somehow use them somewhere, but I went and layered that up, and I do like that. Just adds, like I said, just different texture, different embellishments, and it fits with all the colors that I have going on. I did add the cut apart sheet where I actually cut that part out, but there was a little 3x4 card that did say powered by imagination, and that is what I wanted the title to be, because he was in a preschool setting. It was all about learning about how to socialize, and learning to play with one another, because it was just preschool for 3-year-olds, and so it was perfect because they do have such an imagination to play. And I'm going to call this layout done. Close-ups at the end, and I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope you enjoyed this layout. If you did, if you don't mind giving me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. And if you are new to my channel, I do hope you consider subscribing. I would love to have you here, and if you haven't done so already, do check out my Facebook group, Scrap With Your Stash. I'll leave a link with that below. And any products that I use today that you may be looking at and interested in, I will leave those links as well. Y'all have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.